So we have an interesting question from Eric Lanford. And Eric wants to know, what's the difference between active duty, National Guard, and reserve? So I'll start it off and I'll pass it to my battle buddies here. Understand that in the Army, there's generally two components. You have the regular Army, which is active duty, and you have the reserve component. Now, the reserve component is broken down into two parts. The federal side, which we all are part of, which is the United States Army Reserve, and you have the state side, which is the National Guard. So it doesn't matter which component you fall within, your uniform is always going to say U.S. Army. However, there are differences between regular Army and, say, the reserve component. Under the reserve component, you have Title 10, which would put you on federal status, and then you have Title 32 that will place you on a state status. So there's more to elaborate on that.
Sure. Jump on that one.
Okay, so when it comes to the National Guard, Reserve, and active duty, do understand the Reserve and National Guard are basically the same thing. One is funded by the state, and the other one is funded by the federal government. With that being said, the National Guard also provide more job opportunities. When it comes to these opportunities, they provide the combat side of the house. So those who want to be 11 Bravos, 11 X-rays, you have the opportunity to do so on the National Guard side. The reserve side is a little different, so they can only offer up to 120 jobs, but the combat side is actually taken off. So you're more of a supporting element when it comes to that particular piece. With the state portion, they're training you to do a job for the state, and they have other missions and stuff that goes on. And for the reserve, it's the same way, but also we're included with the active duty when it comes to taking over certain situations to give them breaks, and also to make sure that we understand our jobs.
That's the official answer. Here's my drill sergeant answer. There is no difference. We are all the same. We all fight for the same team. We all have the same mission. We all have the same goals. In fact, the Army is moving towards a multi-compo, we call it multi-component situation, where reservists and National Guardsmen are training with active duty soldiers and vice versa. So we're all one team, we're all one fight. And that's the way it's always going to be from now on.
Yeah, and I can reinforce that, what Drill Sergeant Moldovan said. I have been both a reserve soldier and an active duty soldier for multiple years. Both. There's really no difference between one soldier or another. It just comes down to what unit you're a part of.
All right, folks. Well, we spent about a good quality hour with you, and I know there was a lot of you that had some questions, and we definitely want to say you can field your questions to us on Facebook, but remember, we're all here. Some of you may wonder, well, what are you doing here today? Well, today, throughout this whole week, it's all about supporting those outstanding high school football players and band members, the top of the nation. And if you tune in this Saturday